Right. Woo! Hello, Guppy Force. Hello, OA. Oh my god. Hello, Marco J. Oh my god, last time was epic as shit. I can't wait to continue, but I'm also scared. Because the whole reason that the maid, aka Giselle, the adorable little cinnamon roll, changed the story was because it was probably really, really despairing and sad. And oh god, hello David Lohman, oh god. So yeah, things are happy for now, but they are not going to be for long. Oh, hello Sailor Moon, oh my god, welcome to the stream. Oh god, I am so scared, you guys. Hello April Umi, I am so scared. I'm not scared of a witch. I love witches. I'm scared of the despair that was apparently so horrible that Giselle literally invented a whole new story that was still sad on its own to hide the fact that it existed. Oh, God. And okay, so I assume that, here's the maid, aka Giselle, the white-haired girl whose whole identity and existence is in question, and this hand, which I assume is the master's, because Michel has very bony hands, so damn, I'm so scared, you guys. Let's get back into it. It had been a little under 2 weeks since I had moved in with Michel. That's a bit loud for me. It's probably not loud for you guys, but that's loud for me. So though we lived in the same house, we rarely saw each other. On unlucky days, I wouldn't see him at all. I wasn't sure if he ate in his room, or our schedules were simply misaligned, but we never had any meals together. Perhaps he was deliberately avoiding me. That has to be it. I know servant and master don't usually eat at the same table, but even so, he could be a little less obvious about it. Am I really that much of a nuisance? I'm not doing anything inappropriate, am I? I'm being pleasant and sociable, aren't I? I haven't given him any reason not to like me, I think. I hope. Oh no, Giselle. He's just really, he's got his own issues. You are adorable. He had never been very enthusiastic about my staying here. But I haven't been given a choice. I had been sent here by his family. Besides... Nope. Out with the negative thoughts. Gotta stay positive. Yeah, he hasn't tried to chase me out yet. Oh my god! She is so adorable! Oh my god. I just haven't broken the ice. I had to stay positive, optimistic, happy thoughts, and be myself. As long as I kept working at it with enough time, Michel would surely come around and not be so distant. I've got a goal, so let's get to work. First, I make supper. Then I ask him to have it with me. Gotta be proactive when it comes to the reclusive types. God, she is so adorable! Oh, hello, Joel Bridge. You just subscribed. Thank you for coming along. Welcome to the stream. Alright, here goes! Or here would go, but we're almost out of supplies. Well, so much for that. The cellar was where the non-perishable food was stored. Dried fruits, smoked meats, cheeses, and a small scattering of root vegetables. Looking at this made me feel like a soldier holding down a castle's fortifications. Had Michel really gone 10 years on nothing but this? I would have raised a white flag long ago. He said that he hadn't left the mansion at all in those 10 years. I assume he at least goes out to get supplies, right? Running out of food is kind of a life or death matter. I can't believe he hasn't set foot outside even once, and...
What are you babbling on about?
Oh no, he overheard me.
I assumed you were talking to someone.
Huh? Does anyone else live here, Master? I haven't seen anyone.
It is just the two of us. Alive, anyway.
You mean there are ghosts?
Something of the sort.
There you go again with the jokes, you know. Good old Michel, just a laugh riot. I'm not a child. You're not going to trick me like that.
There are adults who believe in such things.
I suppose, but I don't really believe in ghosts or demons or curses or any of that. The church just tries to convince people they're real so they can squeeze more money out of them.
Am I going to have to turn you over to the church, you blasphemer?
No. I pray every day, honest. To good. And Jesus. Yeah, that's what it's called.
I don't particularly care either way.
Oh, thank God.
I'm returning to my chambers.
What? Already? You didn't come down for food?
I only came down because I've heard voices.
A moment. Please just wait a second.
What?
Our stores are almost empty. What do you normally do when you need more food? I'll happily accompany you on a trip to the market.
Already? That was fast.
There are two of us! I really don't eat that much, do I? In the dim light, it was difficult to make out Michel's expression, but I thought I could see a tinge of annoyance on his face. Hold your ground, Giselle. You said you wanted to get closer to him. Is that a parsnip? Michel was holding a tangled ball of roots. The reason I asked was because the parsnip looked like it was on the verge of total decomposition.
See, there's still food.
He then handed it to me. Wait! You want to eat that?! It's clearly seen better days. You're gonna get sick. Or are you telling me you can survive on rotten vegetables?
Of course I won't eat it. I just figured you were hardy enough to survive.
What do you think I am? No, he is definitely a jerk.
Or that the resulting diarrhea might reduce your appetite.
You're kidding, right? You can't be serious. Anyway, we should bury that outside. Then we can go purchase fresh supplies.
I told you I don't go outside.
Then how do you... Huh? A visitor? Who could it be?
Oh, perfect timing. You are a servant. Make yourself useful and go retrieve the package. If it's not a delivery but a wanderer, chase them off.
What package? Master? Hold on a second. What are you talking about? He's gone. What kind of delivery is he expecting? Michel stood there, unmoving, veiled in shadow. He glanced over at me, then threw his gaze to the front door. At his command, I raised the bar, pulling open the door. After nearly 2 weeks inside, the light from the setting sun almost blinded me. The world went white, my head pounding. After a few moments of intense blinking, my eyes acclimated themselves to the evening sunlight. There was no one outside, only a crate easily large enough to fit a child. Is this the package? Master? I turned back to face Michel, but he wouldn't meet my eyes. Though it seemed more like he was avoiding looking at the light than me. He's starting to seem more and more like a vampire. Not that I believe in vampires, of course, but, Alucard. That wouldn't be too bad of a domestic situation right here. Regardless, I pray there's nothing bad in here. That's heavy. Master, could I get some help? Oh god, yeah, the soundtrack is amazing. I've said so many times how atmospheric it is. Seriously. And yeah, Michel is he is handsome as fuck for being just cooped up in there. Gee, thanks. I am a servant, admittedly, but this is a lot to ask of just one girl. A little help sure would be nice.
Once it's inside, close and bar the door.
He said dispassionately, his head still turned towards the darkness. As you wish, master. Once the door was shut, I found myself sucked back into a world of darkness. It hadn't even been 2 weeks, but the lack of light was beginning to become my normal. The outside world growing farther and farther away. Being holed up in here is definitely not good for me. I should go for a walk sometime, maybe plant some flowers or vegetables. Yeah, I like that idea. Maybe I can grow that old tangle of roots into some fresh parsnip. What else do we have to plant? It'd be great if there were some flower seeds.
What are you doing? Open the box now.
As you wish, master. Oh, there's food inside? In the box is a burlap sack filled with berries, fruit, vegetables, and smoked meats, as well as an assortment of bread, fruits, and wine. Aside from the fruit and bread, everything else was the same as what Michel kept in the cellar. And buried beneath the burlap sack was a single book. 1 book a month. He really hasn't gone outside in 10 years.
It appears you have begun to grasp the situation.
Yeah. But why? This was delivered by someone from your house, Master, wasn't it?
A servant, I assume.
Why would they leave without saying anything?
No one wants to talk to a cursed man. In the past, they would occasionally check in on me, but that hasn't happened recently.
They think you're cursed?
Ah, right. You don't believe in curses. Then come up with your own explanation. An excuse for them to want to stay away from me. That, for example, I killed someone. Or maybe that I'm insane.
Jeez. I couldn't...
Regardless, I am not normal.
I don't think she is either. I wonder what she did to be sent here.
Bring the food down to the cellar. The book to the library. You are, of course, free to refuse and run back off into the woods.
I'll do it.
All right. Then you take care of that.
Hey!
What is it?
I just noticed there's something else in here. It's wrapped in cloth. What could it be? Oh, a painting! For you to hang up somewhere in the house, I presume? It's so dark I can't see it very well, but I'm sure it's...
Don't touch that!
Oh, God. What? Michel, who had kept his distance from me until that point, suddenly marched over and ripped the painting from my grasp. Master? His face was twisted into a look I had never seen him make before. Was it indignation, disgust, hatred, panic? I couldn't tell what the... But there was more than enough negative pressure to cause me to flinch back. We are Michel, aren't we? Like, that's who we are. We've got to be. Joel, Bridge, I believe I reacted to that last time in the previous stream. That's incredible. Like, the biggest shock to me was that the maid was Giselle, which is insane because, like, I had a theory that that Michel was cursed to reincarnate as a girl, as the white-haired girl in the previous 3 stories. And that way the witch's promise was technically kept. But oh, Joel Bridge, if you want to eventually see them, they're all up on the channel. If you want to take a look at them eventually. And that's my current running theory. That the white-haired girl in the first 3 stories, like, I don't know who the witch, like, is there even a witch? Like, I'm wondering who the witch is. Because I don't think, I think the witch is someone we haven't seen yet, honestly. Is that, anyway, back to the story. Is that painting perhaps something important?
A landscape painting.
He muttered under his breath, the tension melting away from his face. Oh, don't give me clues, please. I am close, maybe. Okay, there you go. Oh, you're pretty fun. Okay, let's see. He muttered under his breath, the tension melting away from his face. I was left looking at his usual blank, impenetrable expression. But his eyes were still fixated on the picture, staring at it unblinkingly. I bet he was worried it was a portrait. Because he has the white hair, right? And the white-haired girl has the white hair, so that was probably the condition of the curse, that he was reincarnated as the girl. And because, like, wasn't that the witch's whole deal? That she grants people's wishes, but wishes, not witches, sorry, but with like an ironic twist. And on top of that, any kind of love story that they went through would be like would end in horrible tragedy. But his eyes were still fixated on the picture, staring at it unblinkingly.
Why a landscape painting? Some kind of passive-aggressive message.
Why would that be passive-aggressive? Oh, I see. Like to taunt him about like being outside. I see.
It's not of anywhere nearby. Did they travel somewhere? Well, it's not of that girl, so that's an improvement.
Oh, there's that. There is a that girl. Interesting. Master?
Oh, you're still here.
I wonder if the white-haired girl was like a separate person to him. Since he has white hair, maybe it was his sister or something? Still here? Of course I'm still here. Who do you think you asked to take care of the package? What's with you? Just running over and snatching the painting from me? You scared me! Could you maybe explain yourself? What's so special about that painting?
I don't believe that's any of your business.
None of my... Of course it is! You ripped it out of my hands like I was some kind of thief. I have a right to know what that was all about. Maybe an apology while you're at it. You told me to open the box, so I did. Then all of a sudden you're angry.
We are not equals. Do not mistake yourself for my friend. You have a right to know. You are no such thing.
You don't have to be so rude.
I'll say it again. Leave if you don't like it here. I never asked for you to be here. That was your wish.
My wish? Are you out of your mind? I never asked for this. I never wished for it. Who in their right mind would want to be sent to some house in the middle of nowhere? Who would ever want to go through that? No. Calm down, Giselle. You can't get angry. You're right. That is what I wanted. But I never wanted to make you mad. Or for us to argue like this. I just wanted to get to know you better. To get closer to you. I mean, it would make things smoother for the both of us. It would make living together more enjoyable for us.
Listen carefully. This is very important for you to understand. Do not try to involve yourself with me. Do not go probing around for information. And if you can't do that, then leave.
I completely shut out. I bet that the white-haired girl might have been his sister or something. And he hated her for whatever reason. And the witch cursed him to look like her. Maybe he has a twin sister. Who knows? Completely shut out. The glare he was giving me and the standoffish aura he was emanating were reflected in his tone of voice. Why? Why did he try to push me away like that? It seemed Giselle really didn't know much about me. Well, who is the white-haired girl? I mean, that's interesting, Joel. If she's supposed to be the white-haired girl, then I would absolutely, because I totally ship these two. She is so, it's just really, really, really cute. I just love it when, they bring up, when two people, my favorite romances are when two very flawed people bring out the best in each other. And they have to struggle through it, but, eventually they realize it. And it's just so beautiful when they do. I just really love that. That's probably my favorite type of romance. Despite being sent here from my house, she was unaware of the monthly deliveries, as well as the reason why I lived in the mansion all by myself. Why, though, would they not have told her anything? Why had she been sent here left completely in the dark? Giselle looked up at me, fear and bewilderment in her eyes, though I thought I could see a glint of suspicion beneath it all. Like her true feelings were bubbling to the surface. They clearly are both hurting, yet everyone had darkness in them they kept hidden. I wondered, did she commit a crime? Did she commit a crime, I wonder? No one was exactly who they appeared to be. That's probably a big clue right there. We already saw in the Bestia chapter, that the way people appear in the sprites is how they want to appear. Again, if it's the master, and not necessarily what they actually appear as. So who knows? She was undoubtedly thinking, I'm not here because I want to be. I knew it from the moment I first saw her that her bubbly, sweet affect was all a facade. Had she thought I was dense enough not to realize? Oh, wow. She was no different than anyone else. Well, that's probably because she just wanted to, she wanted to make the best of a bad situation. What I didn't understand, though, was why she refused to leave no matter how hard I pushed. What was she hiding behind that innocent-looking face? What was she thinking? What did she carry on her shoulders? Everyone is hiding something, deceiving those. Oh, God. Oh, that's a personal one. Deceiving those around them. I had to figure out what she really was.
May I ask you something?
Yes?
On the day you arrived, you said you made a teeny tiny mistake while working at my family's house.
Yes, please tell us what it is, Giselle.
Tell me about that. What did you do at the Bollinger estate?
So Michel Bollinger is his name. In that moment, brief though it was, her disposition wavered. Oh, she is panicking. Fear, terror, No, perhaps anger? I couldn't tell. Did she commit a crime? Nevertheless, it was abundantly clear that that was a subject she had no interest in me reaching, and so she had borne her fangs. The smile she donned now was very visibly forced. It's... nothing you need to concern yourself with, Master. I promise it was an insignificant little thing. She couldn't say. Why couldn't she tell me? What had she done there? What did this woman know about that house? What did she know about me? What was concealed beneath that smile of hers?
I am the master of this house, and you are a servant, and you still refuse to tell me.
Like I said, it's nothing. There's no reason to bother you with a mere servant's personal blunders, Master.
What are you hiding?
I'm not hiding anything.
Then you should be able to tell me exactly what you did at the Bollinger estate.
Like I said...
Tell me.
Wow, this is some major deja vu. Damn, this is some major deja vu. Oh my god, wow, I am shipping these two so hard right now. Oh god, especially in regard, in relation to the framing story with the maid and the master.
Tell me.
You won't tell me a thing about yourself, and you demand others tell you about themselves. Here you are, practically threatening me, demanding I tell you something I don't want to talk about, and you still haven't told me anything about the painting!
Oh, so I was right. You do have something to hide. How many times must I repeat myself? We are not equals. I don't care if it's insignificant or something you don't want to talk about.
What?
I'm ordering you to tell me.
A trifling blunder would not get someone sent to live with a cursed man in a house spoken of so unfavorably. Hello, Reiko Ralph. Welcome to the stream. Whatever she had done at the Bollinger estate, that had something to do with why she was here. If she truly hadn't done anything, then she had something to gain from this place, or possibly from me. And if that was the case, I had to get her to talk. Would make me... Oh God. Giselle's eyes were open wide. I recognized the look she was giving me. I knew very well what that gaze meant. You're an abomination. It was the same as them. Fear, contempt, revulsion, repulsion. Hello, Lambda Delta. There's... Are they... There's some kind of Is this like Umineko? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Is this like Umineko? The way she acted, the way she spoke, it was exactly the same.
You're no different.
I made her uncomfortable. I made her afraid. She thought I was unpleasant. She thought I was despicable. She thought I was an abomination. In a frenzy, I grabbed her by the shoulders, clamping down far more powerfully than I had meant to. Yeah, I'm not, that's why I'm not truly saying. That's why I didn't say it, Guffy Force. Far more powerfully than I had meant to. Oh, stop! Her face, contorted in pain, morphed into someone else's. Who was I directing my anger at? Where was this rage being aimed?
Who are you calling an abomination?
What?
Tell me, who?
That black furor bubbling up from within me knew no end. The girl, she ridiculed me. She didn't... No, I... Oh my god. It's dark. And we can't see Michel very well. They said that many, many times. It... Oh my god. You poor baby. Oh my god, Michel, seriously. Dude, please. Oh, dude. Oh my god. Oh, dude, Michel, seriously, no. Oh god. If it's what I think it is, oh my god, you poor boy. Oh my god. Oh my god. I couldn't escape from that phantom, that reality. Oh god! What are you? I never called you a... No, get away from me! Get your hands off me! Giselle's scream echoed in the entrance hall, rattling my eardrums. She frantically smacked my arms aside, and then I came back to my senses. She was standing a little ways away, breathing heavily, arms wrapped tight around her body, glowering at me, showing her opposition to my touching her. Yep, he doesn't have cursed hands in this one.
Enlightening.
No. You just startled me, that's all. Wait a minute, what? Wait. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh my god! Oh my god! Are you kidding me? Really? Oh my god! What? Oh my god! Are you kidding me? Really? Oh my god. Oh my god. Are you serious? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Giselle. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Are you serious? Oh my god.
Some servant you are, telling your master not to touch you.
Oh right, I have I'm allergic to people. Hello, Dexter. It's a very unique condition, I hear. I mean, can you believe that? See, some people get all red and itchy when they touch a dog or cat. It's that, except for people, so I'm sorry. Oh my god. I can't believe this! If that's what I'm thinking! Oh my god, hello on your... Oh my god! Are you... And it's 10:66? No one... Oh my god! 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 Seriously though, oh my god! 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 Oh, please don't give spoilers in the comments. I'm playing this 100% blind. If you want to say spoiler talk, then talk in Raw 13. But oh my god. Oh my, but how? I mean, oh my god. Damn. Did she? Oh my god. Yep. Oh my god. So I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. Hello, Bunny Knight Scarlet. Welcome to the stream. I beg your forgiveness.
Why don't you speak your mind?
What?
This is what's going through your mind right now. I have nothing to apologize for.
No. That's not... Oh my god, I
can somewhat sympathize with your plight, being made to apologize even though you're hurting. I raised my hand against you first, after all.
Then you forgive me.
Sympathy does not equate to forgiveness. Now you take care of the package. I'm heading back to my chambers.
What
is it?
You're not going to make me leave after what I just did?
No, I am not.
Oh god, I accidentally clicked the log. Jeez.
For it would seem I could make you leave on your own whenever I so please.
Besides, I'd yet to learn what she had done. Michel. I think she's the same as you, but different. Unless I'm completely off base and I'm being very silly right now. Jeez. Unless I am completely off base and being very silly right now, I don't think she's absolutely right. I don't think she did anything. Michel. It would be exceedingly difficult to get the story from her own mouth, which left me with one option: to write a letter to my mother, as much as the very thought revolted me. Several days had passed since the package arrived. The end of my 3rd week living in the mansion was drawing near. I can't. I don't know for sure, so I could be crying over nothing, but like there could be some other things this could be, but Several days had passed since the package arrived. The end of my 3rd week living in the mansion was drawing near. Michel wasn't getting any friendlier either. He continued to either snub or bluntly dismiss me whenever we crossed paths. I didn't understand why he acted that way around me. But there was little point in asking when he seemed to think there was little point in talking to me at all. Although at first I had been sure there was some way to get him to warm up to me. The more time I spent in the mansion, the more my willpower began to feel like it was at its breaking point. I could tell myself to stay positive until I was blue in the face. But it would only work for so long. The one pretty place in the whole house. Hello, vids. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad he hasn't covered it back up. Blue moonlight shone quietly through the stained glass window, vainly illuminating some of the room. I hadn't noticed until now, but the room with the stained glass window appeared to be modeled after a chapel. Rows of pews faced the window, below which sat what used to be a pulpit. There was very little left of it, though, and an awkward length of silver was mounted to the pulpit's front face, which was, I assumed, formerly a cross. Upon further reflection, rather than facing the window, the pews seemed to be pointed at the pulpit, or perhaps the cross hanging on it. I wasn't sure why there would be a chapel in a mansion, but I had no one to ask about it. For a house of this size, a statue of Christ or the Virgin Mary seems more appropriate. It's a very well-made chapel at any rate. I doubted Michel had had it built for himself. There would be no reason for him to cover the window if that were the case. Nor had I ever seen him come to pray. He doesn't seem like one to believe in God. I'm not even sure if I... Oh, hello, Wing Bullet. Welcome to the stream. If God really existed, then the world would surely be a much more pleasant, peaceful place. No unfair disparities in money or power. No senseless misfortune. I certainly wouldn't have found myself here either. But God was evidently quite fond of giving mankind trials. So he would probably tell me with a straight face that this was one too. Or perhaps we simply had a false impression of him, and he didn't actually give us anything. He merely sat back and watched from somewhere far, far away. It wasn't his job to bring peace to the world or ensure our laws were fair. That was all mankind's responsibility. What is God? What are angels? I have no idea. Maybe the Bible has answers. Why should I pray to someone so far away? How do I know my prayer is even getting there? But still, it's not like I have any other options. Don't you worry. It'll all work out, I promise. I already know where I'm going to work. It's a really prominent noble house. Way out of reach of some small-time merchants like us. You never know, this could be my big break. Oh, I'm just kidding. Don't look so worried. I'll be just fine, honestly. I'll make enough money for us to get back onto our feet. For goodness sake, I can handle it. Leave everything to me. You just wait. I'll make your family into something you can be proud of. I'll be fine. Yeah. Say bye to Mom for me. I probably won't be home for a while. What? You're afraid I'm gonna make some careless mistake? I'm not that airheaded. I can be a refined and elegant young lady. I'll bet you are. Those nobles won't even know what to believe anymore. If you don't believe me, how about I give you a little taste? Ahem! How are you doing this fine morning, master? Your morning beverage is ready, prepared with the utmost of care. See? How about that? Not bad, huh? What? You really think it sounded forced? She's so cute! I was the daughter of a merchant who ran a shop on the capital's main street. My father had passed away in a plague, so it was just me, my mother, and my older sister. It would be a lie to say business was doing well. We struggled to squeak by day to day after taxes. But we couldn't just abandon the shop and leave the capital either. so we tried to make the best of what we were able to take in between the three of us. Then, my sister fell in love with a moderately well-off aristocrat. Both my mom and I were supportive of her and her desire to marry. But their union almost fell apart because she was not suitable for him. Merchants were hardly the lowest class. What we lacked, instead, was wealth. We needed another source of money, beyond what the shop took in. If only we had money, my sister could get married. If only we had money, my mom wouldn't have to work so hard. If only we had money. It was then that someone from the distinguished Bollinger estate approached me. He said they were in need of Abigails and would love to have me. He said that if I agreed to work for them, the Bollinger estate would take care of my family. Generally speaking, noble houses took Abigails from other lower-ranked noble houses. It was unthinkable for someone of my status to receive such an offer. So I took it as a once-in-a-lifetime chance and accepted the offer. I just pray that nothing bad happens to my sister. And that Mom is getting enough money to live comfortably. That's all I can do. They're nobility. They have plenty of money. She's an Abigail, isn't she? And those fuckheads sent her to Michel. Ugh. Those motherfuckers. God damn it. They're nobility. They have plenty of money. Enough to spare some. The light shining through the stained glass window began to grow murky, fading into blackness. It felt like a message from on high. That no, my prayers would not be answered. The bluish-white illumination sounding down upon me disappeared as clouds blocked the moon. Oh, come on. You don't even want to look at a sullied woman like me? Oh, for heaven's sake. I never asked to end up like this. Nobody ever did, Giselle. Nobody did. Nobody would ever ask to end up like that. Their nobility. They have plenty of money, enough to spare some. Oh, come on. You don't even want to look at a sullied woman like me. Oh, for heaven's sake. I never asked to end up like this. Giselle was sitting in one of the pews in the room with the stained glass window. Just looking at her, you might have thought she was offering a prayer. But the words coming from her mouth were anything but prayerful. They were filled with resentment. They have plenty of money, a sullied woman, and then... Oh, wait. Oh, that's Michel. Sorry.
They have plenty of money. A sullied woman. And then I never asked to end up like this. So this is what's beneath that facade. Most likely money's what she's after. All I need to do now is confirm my suspicions with him. Just what awful secrets will I uncover?
I gave Giselle, sitting in the pew with her head drooped, a cursory glance before leaving the chapel. Oh no, you got it all wrong! I had somewhere else to be. The bitterly cold outside air felt like dozens of needles flowing into my lungs. It had been so long since I had stepped beyond the mansion's walls. A thick mist canopied the night sky, blocking out the moonlight. Naturally, the heavens did not rejoice at my leaving the house. It had been 10 years since I had seen the mansion from the outside, and it hadn't changed one bit. A gloomy scar upon the earth, shrouded in darkness. Hardly the kind of place someone would enthusiastically approach. Nevertheless, it was better than that house. I don't know who this is. Yes? Who is it?
Michel.
What? Michel Bollinger? Just one moment. I'll be right there. Come in. It's a humble abode, but make yourself at home. Wow, I must say, this is rather unexpected. Just one word, and I would have been up there in a heartbeat.
And how was I supposed to do that? I am regrettably fresh out of carrier pigeons.
Right, yes. My apologies. This man, living in a small cottage not far from the mansion, had been hired by the Bollinger family. His job? To watch over me. That said, we never actually interacted. He was tasked with keeping track of whether I was still alive and whether I remained in the mansion. The monthly package from my family was delivered to him, which he then passed on to me. It was insipidly convoluted, but it was indicative of how much they wanted to avoid anyone learning about me.
Well then, what can I do for you?
The manservant was visibly rattled, afraid too, but not because of the difference in our social ranks. I had a pretty good idea what he had been told about me. He was afraid of me, or more specifically, my curse. People fear that which they cannot comprehend. Not just children, adults as well. They fear demons, witches, and curses. Anything impure, not of this world. But I had long since gotten used to being viewed as such. Oh God. It didn't sadden me. It didn't disappoint me. It didn't pain me. Some things were too foolish to concern yourself over.
Though it certainly doesn't make me feel good either.
I was on some level annoyed. That woman's appearance at the mansion had created ripples in my once tranquil life. So before I got into the real reason for my visit, I decided to take out a bit of my frustration.
Raise your head. There's no need to be afraid. I don't know what you've been told, but I promise I don't bite.
How rude of me. You're right. My sincerest apologies.
Your job is to keep watch over me. If the mere sight of me has you trembling, what will you do if I try to run? I would have little trouble escaping.
That would be quite unfortunate. What would ever tell your mother?
I'm not sure that would end well at all. You could lose everything you've been paid so far. In fact, you might be lucky to get out with your life.
Surely your mother would not...
You are aware of who you're dealing with, right? Michel, the cursed youngest son of the Bollinger family, who made a pact with the devil.
Hello, Moro. Welcome to the stream. I don't think I've seen you before.
I don't need a blade to take your life. You wouldn't even make it back to report anything.
Have mercy, Lord Michel. Please don't leave the mansion. Please spare me.
Only joking.
Whoa.
I don't have the power to kill by way of curse.
The man fell silent. But the look on his face said, "You are cursed, though, aren't you?"
Once someone's got an idea planted in their head, it's nigh impossible to get rid of it. I am so cursed that anyone can see it, that I need to be locked away in a dark mansion. I'm here because I had a question for you, not to warn you that I plan to run away.
A question? For me?
Yes. Approximately 3 weeks ago, a black-haired woman came to the mansion. Tell me what you know about her.
I was told there would be an Abigail coming, but that's all. I don't know anything else about her. I swear, that's all I know. I haven't been told anything else.
I believe you. I never thought that they would tell you anything.
Right.
He had been hired to observe me, but that's all he was. A hired hand. He wouldn't be privy to the Bollinger family's internal affairs.
Take this.
A letter?
I need you to deliver it to my mother.
You could have just left it in the box from this month's package and I would have collected it when I dropped off the next one.
I am in urgent need of information. Will you do this for me?
Yes. Oh, yes, absolutely.
He wants to make sure. God, my stomach is... I'm not hungry, but my stomach is like quivering cheese. I guess it's just... I don't know if the theory that I had is true, but... It really seems like it.
I'll fetch a delivery boy to our boarding.
Much appreciated. Good night.
You too. Do take care. Lord Michel,
Yes.
is it true that you don't have...
Yep. That's... Is Michel... Is he... Is he trans? In the 11th century, like that would probably be thought of as something like this. Don't answer me, by the way, if I'm right or wrong. Please. I don't want to be spoiled, but I don't know, that's just a weird theory I had.
Would you like me to sew your mouth shut so you can never open it again?
Especially with what that guy said.
No, not at all. My sincerest apologies, Lord Michel. That was horribly disrespectful. Good night.
Cursed, I most certainly am.
My mother's response arrived just 10 days later. The delivery boy must have pushed his horse quite hard. It was almost exactly a month after Giselle had moved in. And shortly thereafter, on a bone-chilling night, everything came crashing down. Oh no! The rift between us grew deeper. And the wall between us impossibly high. You think that too, David Lohman? When I lay bare the scars in her chest and mercilessly plunged my knife into them. Oh God, Michel! How did we get to this point? I hate everything. My spirits were getting darker and darker, like they were slowly sinking into a deep morass. I've been at the mansion for a month, and every day since felt twice as long as it should have. I had been optimistic at first. I'd even had a little hope that me and Michel could get along together. But it hadn't taken long for that hope to be shattered, and the cheer locked away inside me. We lived in the same house, but we never spoke anymore. On the few occasions we did cross paths, he just gave me a cold glare and nothing more. Scorn and suspicion in his eyes. Whenever he looked at me like that, it felt as though my throat was being constricted. Like I was deep underwater and running out of air. Like my very presence in the world was a crime. I could never have imagined just how agonizing constant rejection was. I started despising others, despising myself, oh God, despising the world, convinced there was no one who could set me free. I considered running away from everything rather than live like this another day. Oh my God! But I would have done so long ago if that were actually an option. If they found out I had fled, they had acted outside their wishes, my mom and sister would pay. I had succeeded in allowing my sister to get married and my mom to live comfortably. I had given them happiness. I couldn't take that away from them again. Not after what I had to go through to do it. No, cut that out. Getting way too depressing, Giselle. Pull yourself together. That's not who you are. Be positive. The negativity didn't only come from my interactions with Michel. Either. No, there seemed to be some kind of terrible presence within the mansion that twisted people's hearts. The mansion was, in fact, a bit of a local legend, which I'd been informed about before being sent here. People claimed it was cursed, and that an evil witch had lived in it for many, many years. Michel joked that he was the witch, but I didn't believe him. I'm not usually one to believe in magic or curses at all, but being here so long, I can't help but wonder. Anyway, things can't go on like this. If I were to remain in this house, the situation needed to improve a lot. I was going to lose my mind if things kept up as they were. was ready to give up once. But I'm going to try closing the distance between us again. If I could get him to open up even the tiniest bit, then maybe that would make living here a little easier. I wasn't going to try and make us best friends or anything. Just repair our relationship enough that being around each other wasn't torturous. I've got my work cut out for me. How do I even begin that conversation? Heck, what is that conversation even going to be about? Maybe I should hold off, do it another day. No, I've already made up my mind to do this, so I should get to it quickly. The longer I wait, the worse things are going to get. And eventually there won't be fixing anything. We need to talk. We need to be in the same room for more than 10 seconds, and we need to get to know each other. He needs to... to know that he's not the reason I have something to hide. Oh God. Is she too? Again, these are just crazy ass theories. It's probably something else. Okay. Let's do this. I could make my way to Michel's chambers, which he had told me to stay away from. Like, there's gotta be something... My stride was slow and ponderous, but at the very least, I did my best to keep some semblance of a smile on my face. This is the one time where I'd really like to have someone to give me a little nudge. Like, it's possible, but Joel, I'm not sure. Like, it's probably something else. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay. Pardon, Master? There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Master? I guess he's not here. The door wasn't locked. Oh no! As was the rest of the house, his room was shrouded in darkness. The only light came from the candle in my hand. Master? Are you there, Master? I guess I missed him. It's probably best if I don't stick around for long. He's probably already got a lot less than stellar impression of me. I don't want to imagine what'll happen if he thinks I've been snooping around through his room. Yeah, I should get out of here. I spun around on my heels, taking a step towards the door, when I caught sight of an object draped in a black sheet. I knew I had to get out of there as quickly as possible, but I was intrigued by that object. Something he kept hidden in a room I was forbidden to enter. Maybe it was a clue to discovering Michel's secrets. I reached my hand down towards the object. Damn, this is some straight up Beauty and the Beast shit right here. Like, I'm half expecting him to come in, like, and grab her hand and is like, do you know what you've done? And, like, you know, like when she grabbed the rose in the movie. I reached my hand down towards the object, knowing good and well I shouldn't. Was it because I wanted to learn more about him? Was it because I wanted to tear down the veil he hid behind? Or was it the whispers of the witch? What do we have here? I pulled off the sheet, revealing a framed painting. I what appeared to be a noblewoman with porcelain white skin. What stood out about her, though, was that the woman's hair was also as pale as her skin. And then, what? I noticed something else. Are you kidding me? No way! Oh my god! Is it actually true? Oh my god! Michelle, my poor baby! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I noticed something else. Wide gashes ravaged the canvas. This is exactly like Beauty and the Beast, but ironically kind of the opposite in a way, in that... Oh my god. Oh my god, wide gashes ravaged the canvas, damaging her face beyond repair. What the... I imagined it had been once a painting of a beautiful woman, but there was hardly a trace of that left. The only feeling it inspired anymore was a deep chill. This damage was not accidental. It was deliberate, angry, and the contempt emanating from within the frame was stifling. Oh my god, is it true? Thick, suffocating blackness seeped into me. Why would anyone? She was surely a most beautiful woman. No, she wasn't. Or rather, angelic even. A storm of questions assaulted me. Who was she? Why had her face been carved up? Why had the painting been covered? What had happened? Who could have... There's only one person who could have done this. Michelle, why on earth? Oh god!
You saw it, didn't you?
He's there.
You saw the painting, didn't you?
Ah!
You entered my room without permission, and you saw the painting, didn't you? Angelic, you say? There's nothing angelic about that damned woman!
I scrambled to make some excuse, but nothing would come out of my mouth. All I could do was tremble.
Why did you enter my chambers? What were you looking for? Answer me.
My mouth wouldn't move properly. I couldn't make my voice come out. It was like I wasn't even in my own body anymore. The wisps of air that were drawn to my lungs were expelled as hoarse gasps. My breaths were shallow and rapid. I was inhaling, but I wasn't getting any air. I was terrified. 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 Of his eyes, of his voice, of his feelings, of the knife that he was holding up to me. Of the terrible past I was chained to. The man's voice, the man's very flesh, terrified me.
What were you trying to find? And what were you planning to do with it? Answer me! Another thing you refuse to tell me, then!
So you're not the only one who thinks he looks like Alucard. No, I'm trying. Nothing's coming out of my mouth, though. Everything's so bright, and I can't catch my breath. Oh God, Giselle, oh, I know what's going on. Oh God, I can't breathe.
That's fine, though. You don't have to tell me. I have a pretty good idea.
An idea? What do you mean?
Money is what brought you to the Bollinger estate. It's what brought you to me, too. There are countless people who would love to see that house fall. And a noble family feels nothing more than disrepute. You were, I presume, approached by someone scheming the Bollinger's downfall.
No!
And it just so happens the Bollingers have a very unfortunate secret, one they are quite desperate to keep under wraps. Me. Someone suspected I might still be alive, so they sent you to dig up information about me. My very existence threatens to tear down that house. The cursed youngest son of the Bollinger family. Michel, who made a pact with the devil, who is supposed to be dead, but is very much alive. You sweet-talked your way into that house, and into information about me and my present situation. And you went to trade that information for money. I bet whoever it was put quite a handsome price on it too. Or maybe the one plotting to ruin the Bollinger family is you!
No! No, that's not true!
Then enlighten me.
Please! Hear me out! I didn't know anything about you! I wasn't sniffing around or trying to bring you harm in any way!
Then tell me, if that's not the reason you wormed your way to the Bollinger estate, if that's not what you're doing here, then tell me what is! Tell me why you came to this mansion.
You want me to tell you about that? No way! That's asking way too much!
Tell me.
I swear, I haven't done anything to wrong you! I simply wanted to make our life together a little more comfortable, to bring some warmth to this frigid relationship we have. That's the only reason I want to find out more about you!
I must assume I'm right then, Giselle.
I must tell him he's wrong. I must tell him I meant no harm. But I can't say anything! Oh God, I think I know why!
A merchant's daughter became an Abigail at a noble house. Could you come up with a more obvious lie?
Your father's the one who... Wait. How does he know that I'm from a merchant family?
You look perplexed. I may be imprisoned in this house, not free to move about as I please, but I have my ways. I know everything.
Everything? And he knows about that too?
Oh yes, I do know.
Please. Don't
In your quest for money,
say it!
you slept with my father.
Oh my God. In that moment, Michel plunged his knife into my heart. He carved through my chest with those words, causing me to completely lose control of myself. In a panic frenzy, and probably screaming all the way, I knocked the man aside and ran and ran and ran. I could hear a clap of thunder in the distance. Oh, how I wished a bolt of lightning would come crashing down upon me. Maybe if God burned my tainted flesh with a divine thunderbolt, it would get rid of some of the filth. But the jagged streaks of light cascading across the dark clouds did not strike me. Ah, I see. Only creating restless grumbles in the sky. I knew that if I fled the mansion, I would likely be causing trouble for my mom and sister. But I was helpless to stop myself. All I could do was run from all that threatened me with no regard for the consequences. Before long, small droplets of rain began falling, which soon grew heavy enough to penetrate the forest canopy and reach the ground where I stood. The downpour drowned out my tears and my cries. Because I had rushed from the mansion without even putting on a cloak, each cold winter droplet stung bitterly against my flesh. But the bite of the rain was like a warm embrace compared to what I'd been through before. Michel had spoken the truth. As much as I wanted to deny it, to avert my eyes, reality was forever engraved into this body. No, I don't want to think about it! But I had no say in the matter. Get out of my head! That's the father, probably. Okay, so I don't think she is, but I think he is, though. Michel.
Come over here, Giselle.
Okay. May I ask why you asked me here so late at night, Master?
Oh, I just wanted to have a little chat. Care for some wine?
Oh no! Oh God! Okay, so... Oh God, he forced himself on her.
Come closer and I'll pour you a glass. I had this wine imported from up north. They use very hard water and like it rather tart, so it leaves quite the lasting impression on your tongue. And yet it goes down so easily, you just can't seem to stop. What do you say? Have a sip. Or does your expertise as a trader allow you to evaluate a wine's quality without tasting it?
No, but,
Please, Giselle, don't trample all over my good graces.
Oh, he's a scumbag! Very, very well then. I will have a sip, Master, but no more.
Have you ever considered growing out your hair?
Having long hair made it difficult to do my job.
You're not a merchant anymore, though. You deserve to look like the woman you truly are. I had no doubt longer hair would accentuate your natural beauty. It's a gorgeous shade of black, so deep a man could get lost in it for years. It would contrast the color of your skin fabulously. Highlight your eyes, your cheekbones, your nape, your shoulders, and your chest.
I should get going.
Oh, but we're not done talking yet.
I would not want a lack of sleep to interfere with my ability to work tomorrow. Thank you very much for the wine. It was delicious.
No need to be so cold-hearted now. From the moment I first laid eyes on you.
Master! That's enough fooling around for one night.
Now. Don't be afraid. I wouldn't do anything to hurt you. I simply want to express my love.
Oh, God. Let go of me! I only came here to work, nothing more! Oh, no!
The first time I saw you, I thought it would be a tragic waste to leave you to wither away working at some little street-side shop.
Stop!
You can't tell me you didn't know a merchant girl had no place in a house like this, even as a servant. There's only one reason you would be allowed here.
No, I swear it never even crossed my mind!
It would seem you're even more innocent than you look. But you've figured it all out by now, haven't you?
No, 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 no! Let go of me! Stop this!
Keep your voice down! Do not shout, Giselle. If anyone were to find out about this, you would be the one shouldering the consequences, not me.
But
you're a maid, and I'm the master of this house. Whose word do you think holds more weight? Don't worry. I won't do anything to hurt you. I promise your family will be exceptionally well taken care of. Your mother will have the comfortable life you wanted for her. But you know what will happen. If you raise a fuss and make a fool of yourself.
something, either she hurt him. I think she might have struck back at him in some way. Which he totally had it coming. If she did.
Not only will your family not get any of our money, not only will your sister not get to marry, you'll all spend the rest of your lives on the streets.
How could you be so cruel? This is blackmail!
Blackmail? For a merchant's daughter, you don't know much about trade, do you? Then let me give you a little lesson about market value. The goods you're after, Giselle, are not cheap. Understand? Now, let me see that beautiful body of yours.
He was an older man, so I hadn't expected him to be very strong. But I couldn't break free of his grip, and I found myself entirely at his mercy. Beneath the gaudy outfits lay a hungry beast, and I was seeing the creature's true colors for that first time today. That day, the aging man ran his disgusting slobbery tongue across my exposed skin. Everything he placed his hands upon withered away. Every piece of flesh he pressed his lips against putrefied, rotted, decayed, rankled. I trembled in revulsion, at which the man laughed, seemingly interpreting it as something else. I wondered what kind of place hell was. If hell's wardens only flayed and carved their prisoners, I would have preferred that instead. I would have rather been sliced into tiny little chunks and cast into the hellfire. I would have chosen eternal torch of torment, or being touched by this man another second. But I didn't get to choose my hell. Eventually the man forced open the gates I had been holding fast, and sprayed his festering death inside me. Oh my God.
Listen to me, Giselle. It is in both of our best interests to keep this between the two of us. If you can do that, I'll continue to do good by you. And your family.
So why did she get sent away? Did she do something to him? Oh my God.
Oh, don't look at me like that, please. I'm thrilled to have you here in this house, Giselle. She has long since lost her mind, after all.
Fuck you!
It's torture just being in the same room. And my sons, they hardly ever come home.
But you, Giselle, you give color to my dull life. You making it exciting once again.
Oh God, can somebody please kill him?
Now go on back to your room. I'll be waiting here at the same time next week.
Oh my God. I couldn't escape from that man's grasp. Not when he used my family against me. Some weeks I would just not go into his chambers, my one feeble means of resistance. But when I did that, he would send another Abigail to confine me the next day. I couldn't ignore his summons when he got other people involved. And then when the two of us were alone, the mask would come off, and he would discipline me for not showing up before taking care of his usual business. On good days, he would leave bruises in inconspicuous places. My abdomen, my inner thighs. But he went as far as carving a word into my skin with a knife. Oh my God! Harlot. Oh my God! That was why I was afraid of knives. That was why I was afraid of men shouting. I wasn't even sure what to regret anymore. I was in far too deep. There was no turning back the clock. I even considered taking my own life on more than one occasion. But every time the thought crossed my mind, happy memories came with it. Back when it was just the three of us girls in the shop. Life may not have been easy, but it was never dull either. I didn't want to end my life at its absolute lowest point. I wanted, if just temporarily, to go back to the way things were back then. That objective was the only thing that allowed me to keep going. When I was in his presence, I tried to convince myself I was merely an object. I had no emotions, so he couldn't hurt me. I was merely a vessel, a construct of flesh and bones. His hands couldn't reach my heart, for it was not connected to my body. Doing that makes it a little easier to bear. But the reality was, it was impossible to completely sever my heart from my body. You're Giselle, aren't you? One day the mistress of the estate stopped me in the halls. She had supposedly once been quite beautiful, but now she was only haggard and bony. Her skin dry, her eyes sunken, her hair faded and stripped of its luster, her head down, her cracked lips barely moving as she spoke. Age didn't appear to be the only thing working its merciless magic on her either. There seemed to be something eating away at her from the inside, too. Something that could burst with the lightest touch. Yes, I'm Giselle. Is there something I can do for you? The mistress rarely ever left her chambers. I've been told it had been years since she attended family supper. So what would bring her to come looking for someone like me?
You.
What? I wasn't sure I wanted to know the answer.
You're having relations with my husband, aren't you? You are, aren't you?
Madam.
You wretched creature! She was telling me the truth! One of my trusty maids caught a glimpse of you through a crack in the door. She saw you with him, you filthy rat! You seduced my husband, oh God! You devil! You conniving witch! You don't get it, do you? You don't realize how grievous your sin is, do you? Someone, anyone, restrain this girl! She's a demon! A devil! Tie her up and hand her over to the clergy! No, that won't be enough! A witch, you have to burn her bones, scatter the ashes, or she'll just come back to life! Yes, execute her! Kill this woman, burn the witch! Seize the peach she's stolen from me! Cursed! It's cursed! This house is cursed! Not only has it taken away my daughter, now it's trying to take away my husband!
Fuck you. Oh God.
Oh God! Please shine my cleansing light upon this house!
I knew it would be a waste of breath trying to talk to her. She was not of sound mind. There was madness in her eyes. I didn't even have to make a fuss about it. It happened all on its own. If there was no way around it, then I should have just done it myself after the first time. I didn't even have the energy to argue with her, or to cry or to shout. Before long, a crowd began to form around me and the sobbing mistress, and in it stood him. I assumed he would just stand back and watch, but much to my surprise, he stepped in, with an embarrassed look on his face, to try to settle his wife down and convince her not to have me executed. Maybe he did have a heart after all. Or maybe he just wanted to save face. Regardless, instead of being burned at the stake, it was decided that I would be sent away to some remote forest. One of the previous Bollinger family heads had purchased a mansion there long ago, but had been abandoned because of the stories people told about it. They said a cursed witch dwelt within the house. She had returned to life after being executed, and now skulked about in the darkness. It was the perfect place to banish a sinner. And so, accused of adultery, I was in a carriage on my way out of the capital the next day. I hope my mom and sister are all right. The two of them will believe in me, even if no one else does. Oh God, I hope they're alive, but knowing this type of story, oh God. The wooden wheels turned, carrying me away to that cursed mansion. Just a silent coachman and a single sullied passenger. Looking out through the window, I could see the city walls slowly fading into the distance behind us. I doubted I would ever set foot in this land again. Ever cross the Grand Pont again. I wonder what country is this? Damn. It was a saddening reality, but at the same time, I felt a surge of relief. I'd finally escaped from that house. I'd finally escaped from that man. This sense of freedom slightly lessened the weight of everything else I was feeling. A good while after we left the capital, the coachman handed me a letter. On the sheet of parchment, it was a rather startling revelation. There was someone else already living at the house where I was to reside. The Bollinger's youngest child. But the letter didn't say why he had been sent to the Chris mansion, only that he was there. Beyond that, the letter only made a single request, that I look after him and not ask any questions. Yeah, door 2 is difficult to say. Yeah, door 3 was definitely in America. And door 1 was definitely in England. So I'm not just being sent to the middle of nowhere. I still have work to do. If I look after whoever's at the mansion, then they'll do the same for my family. I don't have much to say in that matter either way, I suppose. The carriage rattled and shook as it traversed the stony path, and bouncing around inside it, I resolved to take back my life. The peace I had once known, the cheerfulness I had lost. And to do so, I would forget lock away my memories, bury every terrible thing that had happened to me, cast aside those memories and find my smile once more. I have no idea what I'm going to find there, but they couldn't possibly do anything worse to me. I'll greet them with a smile and do my best to build up a decent relationship with them. I figured since the both of us had vanished to the same cursed mansion, there would probably be other things we had in common. And so, I would forget it all and get my life back, get my smile back. And that was everything that led up to me arriving at the mansion. All the wounds I never wanted to open again. I didn't want to think about that. I've been trying so hard to forget about it. I wanted to forget all about it. So why? Why did you have to make me remember? All I did was believe that we could make things work. Why? How could you? God, I can't take it anymore! Once the memories had broken free, they all flooded back with perfect clarity. Exactly how he had ran his hands across me, exactly where he hit me, where he cut me, like I was going through it again this very moment. The rain was cooling me down on the outside, but so much nauseating heat had built up in my gut, I vomited it all over the ground. I threw up and I threw up and I threw up and I threw up until there was nothing left but bile. And when I had nothing left to expel, the strength evacuated from my knees and I collapsed. I didn't know if everything was blurry because of the rain or because my eyes had decided they were done looking at anything. The whole world twisted before me. Michel's no different. My attempts to get close to him, to always keep a smile on, was all a waste. The look in his eyes was terrifying. Like he didn't believe in anything at all. So he probably wouldn't have believed me if I had told him the truth. If he's convinced I have an ulterior motive, then there's probably no changing his mind. Such a cold rain. If I lie down here and go to sleep, I wonder if all the warmth will eventually drain from my body. And then I'll decompose and become part of the earth. You know, that might actually be nice. I'd like that. I always thought I didn't want to die. I wanted to go back to the way things were. But who cares anymore? I did my best after all, and that still got me nowhere. Tearful Giselle. It was all just a farce. And when I'm dead, all my worry for my mom and sister will fade away with me. Oh God, I doubt you have a place for me on high. I am, after all, an unclean woman, and I'd given up on living altogether. But even if I can't get into heaven, that's okay. I just want release. The rain pattered down through the leaves overhead, chilling my skin. The cold spread through my flesh and into my bones, my heart and lungs and stomach, freezing me like a block of ice. My consciousness drifted away from me, and the world slipped through my fingers. More than fear, I felt relief. Utter black, and that, I was sure, was the end of me. Damn. Oh my god, okay. I don't think we're done with this door. But holy shit, my god. That. Jesus Christ. Poor Giselle. So I was wrong about her in that regard, but I still think that's the case with Michel. But oh my god, what she went through! Jesus Christ, she was. Oh my god! Oh my god, Jesus Christ. You think I can read a bit further? Dexter? Okay, my god. Poor Giselle. And that, I was sure, was the end of me. I'm even now putting her through a harrowing experience. Digging up the memories she locked away, the past she wanted to pretend never happened, and laying it all out before her once more. But I must get her back to who she once was, even if it means forcing her to endure this. She must remember everything, because I need to know. Why did she become the maid? And what secrets does this house hold? You're... Michel. Well, that confirms it. I may as well use his voice now, because we know who this is.
Yes, my name is Michel. I am not the white-haired girl. The person you were searching for was the man who once hurt you deeply. Me.
Why? What was her why referring to? Why I hurt her? Or why I'm here? Or perhaps, why didn't I show up until now? Not having an answer for her, I clench her cold hands in mine. I wonder, were her hands this cold that night too? There's still more we need to see though, and it's still too soon for me to apologize. When she's gotten everything back, only then can I. When she's reclaimed herself, that is when I must tell her.
Now let us return to our past.
Our story has only just begun. No matter what we thought or what we desired, no matter what we lost, or how much pain we suffered, we must not shut this door. Perfect darkness embraces us once more. I can see nothing, not even the woman beside me. But I shall not let go of her hand. I do not want her to slip away from me. I do not want to lose her. Especially with what the mistress said, I do think my theory is at least correct about Michel. Definitely not true for Giselle, but I'll stop here for today, but I don't know, that is my current working theory for Michel. Based on both what the caretaker dude said and how the mother referred to him, I just I do think that is a likely explanation for Michel, but oh my god, poor Giselle. Oh my god. She is so brave to just be able to just put on that kind of persona despite what she's been through. I'm gonna say for now, in 2 days, we'll get back to this. And tomorrow, more Higurashi, Yoigoshi. But oh my god, you guys, what a story. What a story. Seriously. Okay, you guys, I'm sorry. I just had to. I just needed a moment there. So, until next time, so long, farewell. Auf Wiedersehen, good night. You are all the sweetest of hearts. See ya.